All right, so I think it's recording. Okay, let's start. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to MP Wave Trading. And today I'm very excited because right now I have with me my friend and also my mentor. I consider him my mentor, of course.
Yeah.
Else. So here,
Thank
so
you so much, Emil.
Kuya Chus. So this is Kuya Chus. So Kuya Chus is from Spain. Um, and he is the founder of Pinoy Forex Club Facebook group. He is married to Filipino woman. That's why
Yeah.
he loves Filipino. He really wants to help Filipino with it with regards to trading. No, and he's very helpful, very generous in sharing his knowledge and what he knows about trading. So yeah, so personally, Kuya Chus is a big impact. He really impacted my life big time. If there's a word like that, so big time. Ayan. So, I met Kuya in one of the FB group I joined. I think 3 to 4 years. I don't know the exact. Yeah. I think
Yeah, I think it was in 2019,
2017 or
I mean
18.
2017 or 2019, yeah. The beginning of
Yeah.
2018.
So, since then, we became a good friend, of course. Together with our buddy Marvin. Yeah. Marvin, for sure you will watch this video. So, shout out to Marvin. Kuya.
Yeah, hi Marvin, kuya.
Ayan. So, yeah, I learned so much from Kuya Chus, especially about wave analysis, Fibonacci sequence. So, those concepts really helped me to start to see some good result in my trading journey. I remember it was the wave analysis, which most of the concept I use is I learned from you, Kuya. So, or at least influenced by you sharing your thoughts and your generosity. And I remember my first breakthrough in trading is when I do the $200 challenge and I was able to turn it to 1K. Ayan, so that is my very first breakthrough and I was using wave analysis which I
Mm,
learned from you. So
that's great.
that's so cool. That is so cool actually. So really Kuyas, we are so thankful for you. I really mean it. Marvin and I, we are always talking about how much thankful we are to you. So Kuya, really, from our hearts, thank you Kuya.
Thank you
I,
too. It's just mutual. The community wouldn't be the same without you. You know, since you join us, well, I think first of all, I have something here. Yeah, because it was your birthday the other day. Yeah.
wow, thank you Kuya. Thank
I
you.
hope that I can wear the hat. Yeah, so always thankful and well, this Facebook didn't tell me so I cannot remember all the birthdays, but I felt ashamed somehow because I we are always in touch. We have been talking like for 3 years, around 3 years, and we have been always very helpful to each other. It's not only that I helped you, but you also helped me in a very good moment where I was, if you remember, I was thinking of closing the community because I didn't see so much activity, and that was the right moment where you arrived, and well, we moved it again, and we started doing things together and sharing analysis, and I think that was the fuel for the last 3 years, and at the moment we are growing, and we are like around 2,000 traders there, and well, it's just how we grow. I mean, there are people who leave, there are people who join us, but you have been always there, so I'm very grateful for that, for your commitment, even if we are not getting money from it, but we are sharing our knowledge and we are sharing things, and I think that we keep growing that way, and it's very clean. It's time consuming sometimes to keep like deleting or accepting, sending the same message to everyone, and taking if they are fake accounts or they can be scammers or they belong to brokers. It's hard sometimes to filter all those requests, but it's a must if you want to keep a community like ours that is super clean, where nobody's selling, trying to sell you anything or magic formulas, because this forex world is every day so full of scammers trying to get our money. So yeah, thankful for that. I found you, you found me, and we made a good symbiosis of things that work together. So yeah, thank you. I'm very grateful for being here for this chance. And well, I keep watching your videos, learning some Tagalog as well, and watching your videos always so accurate with the structure and very logical videos and very easy to understand videos that you are recording. So thank you as well.
Kuya, thank you for that appreciation. All right. So, but today you are you are the bida, ika nga, in Tagalog. Bida. You know what's bida, kuya, in Tagalog? Or
Not yet. Probably comes from Spanish vida.
you are the man of the show today. So,
Okay.
we will talk about you, your journey. So, I did this kind of program, to really to help our Filipino friends here in the Philippines to really to know exactly what real life trading is to a real trader, because there are lots of promotion on social media that it seems like they promote trading as if it's it's so easy, that you just need to
Mhm.
buy and sell, then you get rich maybe after a month or so. But we know for a fact that we both are trader, so we know for a fact that it is not that easy, no. Really, trading is a skill, a vocation, just like teaching, no. We are both teacher at
Yeah.
heart and at the profession. By the way, so Kuya Chus is also a licensed professional teacher, so he really knows how to teach. Okay, later on we will tell you how you can access his teachings and that. So, but for now, okay, Kuya, we wanted to
Mhm.
know more about you. How did you become a trader in the first place, and who are your influences?
Well, my trading path started back in 2014. That was the year that I started studying. The main reason is my wife. That was my first reason because I was here in Spain working as a teacher, as you said, a primary teacher. But well, when I met my wife, we tried to make the things work with that visa thing for her to come here, but it was quite difficult for her to come here without getting married. And well, we were fixing all the papers, but the plan was that I have to go to the Philippines. I have to leave my job for a couple of years. I have to go to the Philippines and then get married there and then came back. But the permit that I have in my school is minimum 2 years. So I had to plan something for those 2 years. I was saving for 1 year and then we moved there. And well, that was the initial plan was to have a backup money or an income, second income in the time that I was looking for a job there in the Philippines because the plan, I already looked for some job offers in Manila and I have some, but the plan was to move to Davao. So living in Davao is not the same as in Manila, and the job offers that I received from Davao are quite lower than the ones in Manila. But we really wanted to live in Davao because the daughters of my wife live there. So we wanted to build a family there in Davao for a couple of years, see things, try things out, and then came back to Spain. So at that time, that was my purpose was just to have an income once we were in Davos, so that we will be able to survive there. So well, at first, in I think in 2014 or 2015, I joined a conference here in Madrid called the Forex Day,
Mm.
where well many I didn't know at that time, but well I met some important traders like Rob Booker, Kiana Daniel, or Rex Smith, Smirnov, Boris Scholber, Ashraf Laidi. And that conference opened my eyes and said, well, this is possible, but this is not gonna be easy. So at that time, I have some savings, and I joined the group of the one in that conference who impacted me the most was Sir Rob Booker and his pivot points. He was talking about pivot point because, for example, Rex Smirnov was talking about magic trend lines, and I know somehow how to use them. Boris Scholber was talking about news, about, well, everyone was talking about their thing, but these pivot points were very, didn't hear about them at all. So I started studying it and I joined his family with a lifetime membership. So
Okay.
with that knowledge of pivot points and studying that pivot point concept, I moved to the Philippines, and for the first 3 weeks, I experienced that life that is like the trader's life, which was being in the hotel because we still have to fix the papers there in Manila. And I was in a condo there in Makati, so we were fixing our papers in the condo. And in the meantime, I was waking up in the morning, trading. I make like $50 or $100, and then go to the pool and relax in the pool in the condo, do the groceries, and that for 3 weeks it was the life of a real trader. I only lacked the Lamborghini in the door of the gate of the condo, but it was somehow like the life that I expected to have. But well, I turned like 2,500, I turned it into 8,000. And it was very great to make that multiply times three the account in just 3 weeks. But then the reality hit me. I withdraw like 2,000 for the wedding. I was planning to have a super good life in Davao, but then the routine and the being afraid because I didn't have a job, and it took long for me to have the ACR, this card for immigrants, and they didn't allow me to work. So I started to say, okay, I don't have a work, and I have this. These are my money. My account is my money. So if I start running out of that, what I'm gonna do? So that being afraid of losing it was the main difficulty that I found at that time, and was a slap in my face to tell me, okay, be careful because you are living from this. This is your job at the moment. So little by little, since I didn't have any experience, and I didn't have the experience, I mean that I was trading for months, not even 1 year, I started losing my money. And I was afraid to enter the market, and then I was scared of exiting too early, or I move the stops. I do everything that all the errors that traders commit normally. I did it at that first year. So well, after that, I have to come back to Spain. Obviously, after 1 year and a half, I came back to Spain because I was running out of money. I came with my wife, and I, at least in the whole time there, I was studying. That's why I met someone in Davao who went to a seminar in Manila that I was planning to go in Davao as well, because they were going to do another conference there. Well, they told me that we were scammed because we were promised that we will learn how to trade in, I don't know, what was the seminar, 1 month or something like that. So that was what brought to my mind that probably we should open a Facebook group where we can help traders. At that moment, I was with the pivot point, with the moving averages and all that. But I wanted to at least tell new Filipino traders, be aware of this. This is not easy. Or sometimes sharing my own example, but telling them, look at what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm jobless. You cannot risk what you cannot afford to lose, but all those things that you normally read very fast. It was what it was hitting me at that time. So that's why we started the community with that objective. Tell new traders to be aware of the difficulties of trading profitably. At
Exactly.
that moment, I wasn't even profitable, but I wanted to share my little knowledge so that we can start growing something like to raise awareness about the problems that you can find in trading, and that this is not easy. You will not have a Ferrari. 20-40% per year is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you cannot multiply the accounts in 1 week, because you will lose it at the end of the month. So basically, what that was my beginning and my influencers. First of all, Rob Booker, but then I keep studying others, and I think that, well, even if pivots point are still important in my training, but I have a lot of different things in my toolbox to open and trade with them. That's basically
I believe
what's my
Kuya,
begin.
I believe Kuya, you are one of the graduates of this school in Spain, where this particular school
Mhm.
where the I think the champion of some kind of
Yeah, and
competition.
solo trade. Yeah, yeah. He's always on top of solo trade, and that's trader EW, and they use that neo wave. It's well, somehow a strategy based on the theory
Elliott
of
wave.
Elliot, but well, with the adapted to the current markets, which has nothing to do when Elliot was trading it like 100 years ago.
Exactly, because Elliott wave is far from the history, and we need to adapt to the current
Mhm.
change market. All right, so yeah, so you just said that it's really this is what I've been telling my students, that if you really want to pursue this trading career, at first you don't need to resign and leave your job, no, because really
Exactly.
it's very hard to trade if you know that if you lose, you don't have you don't have anything left to provide for your family. So that's why,
Mhm.
guys, so whoever was watching this, if you plan to trade, so don't just leave your job and then do trading full time. You can do that later on, maybe if you become profitable, but at initially, you need to have your job to support your account as well. Because I remember when I resigned 2 years ago in teaching, you are actually asking me, no, you need to go back. But me and my
Mm.
had a conversation about it. So since he's working also at that time, so he told me, you focus on trading. I'm gonna be supporting you whatever happened. Don't worry. I got your back. She told me that. So maybe that is one of the reason why I was able to to uh at least see good result in a very short span of time, because I have all the time in the word, and I don't need to worry if I lose it, because we still have something to eat. But for you guys who are watching this, please do not leave your job. You need your job to support your account, your trading account. So yeah, Kuya. So thank you for sharing that, Kuya, your experiences. So yan. So, Kuya, what is your biggest achievement? I think that you already told us the when you turn the 2,000 account, right? To 8,000. Is that it? Is that your
Oh, and I wouldn't consider like an achievement. It was more like a casino
luck?
lucky move.
But yeah, what
Yeah,
is
because
your biggest achievement thus far?
my biggest achievement is well, as a trader, is having the ability of trading, like sleeping at night, not worried for my trades. That's something that changed completely the way I trade. And well, being able to trade profitably, that's the achievement that is the goal of this. Even if it's little by little, it's little money, but always see your account growing. And well, the first of all that you have to do to get that goal and stop stressing is reducing your lot size, and
Mm,
also trading higher time frames. Now I
yeah,
understand. I didn't have time at that time. I have my whole day, but I didn't spend the whole day on the charts. Now I have little time, not really little, but I have less time at that time because I have another job. But well, I'm much more profitable there than then back at that time, because the time that I spend on the charts is really useful time, and I change my time frame, so I don't need to see the charts every 50 minutes.
yeah,
And well, that was a good change. And also reducing my lot size, so that when I go to bed, if I have a drawdown and I know how much I'm able to lose, I'm okay, because I'm trading 4 hour chart or daily chart. And I know that the candles will not move until 4 hours. So I can do nothing until next close of the candle. So I have 8 hours. If I consider in two candles, I have 8 hours for sleeping and resting before I take any other decision. So that's also a change. Analyzing in the higher time frame is giving me much more time for know what's going on, not having to hurry looking for what I'm looking for in a 4 hour chart is not the same as in 50-minute chart. You have that pressure. And of course, what you said, not trading the money that is for my family, for paying my bills, trading the money that I little by little have built. I started like that. I started with 200,
mm,
and well, I had different accounts. And if we want to risk something, or I want to play, or I mean play in the sense of trying different things, because I saw that something happened over and over again, and I have been back testing it. I can open a simple $200 account, 50 euros account, any account can do, because I know that I will have that money management for that account. But the other account is my baby. The other account is my the one that I can never lose it.
to
So
play.
even if you burn two, three, four accounts, I have burned so many accounts, but I have burned accounts trying different things. But the account that is the main account, that I have my perfect money management there, that way I know that it will not be burned, and I can sleep very comfy at night, knowing that in the morning there will not be surprises.
Yeah, yeah,
For me,
yeah.
that's was one of my goals. Yeah, of course, that one, changing the time frame, changing the lot size, and sleeping comfy at night.
Okay, so guys, so please hear that very clear, no? If you have other job, it's really important to trade at a higher time frame, because it is stress free, and you don't need to stick to your chart that long. You can still do other things, focus on your job. I think that, kuya, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that is one of the reasons why many people lose money nowadays, because many people, even though they have the job, the their first introduction into trading is scalping. You know what I mean, kuya?
Mm,
Many people
yeah.
dive in right away into scalping even though they are newbie, which scalping is very, to be honest, it's very hard. Even I think seasoned traders uh will find it very hard, you know and I think
Exactly.
the best type of trading for us is maybe swing trading, especially if you have work. And then maybe if you become profitable and then you start to go full time, then you can now start to dive into day trading, something like that. So yeah, kuya, thank you for that wonderful sharing. uh how about, kuya, your what is your worst frustration, or should I say drawdown? The worst, your worst
Mhm.
drawdown.
My worst was well. I think that it's related to my worst frustration as a trader is the lack of confidence of yourself. I mean,
Confidence.
that moment when you have your chart full of indicators, full of drawings, and you are not sure what you are doing, and you have that start having lack of confidence. First comes the excess of confidence when you keep trading everything that you see, and you know that, and you can assure that this will happen, and then it doesn't happen. So it comes to the worst. That is the lack of confidence. Then you don't have any confidence. You are the worst trader in the world. The markets are against you. The broker is against you. The market makers goes against you. Everything goes against you. But the only thing that goes against you is the price. So, well, that was that for sure. That was my worst frustration: the lack of confidence after having excess of confidence. Then when you understand that price will still do whatever it wants to do, and price doesn't care about you, broker doesn't care about you, market makers, they don't know you. So the only thing that you can do is check the price. Price will go up or go down regardless of if you are buying or selling. So the to have the control of that situation, how I solve my frustration is just put rules, set rules to the price. Say, okay,
Okay.
price, you can do whatever. You can go up, you can go down. But I know that if you go up, I will do this. And if you go down, I will do this. Because once your money is in the market, once you open the trade, you're responsible of that. You cannot blame the price, you cannot blame the broker, you cannot blame anyone because you are the one who is responsible. You was the one who opened that trade. So anything price will do, okay, you can do whatever, but I will act consequently. If you break this area, I will do this. I will close half of my position, so I think that that's one of our main goals in our strategy is never hit 100% of your stop. If you see that things are not working, you will close it before and close half. Or if I mean, I don't want price to eat my stop completely. Before that, price will give me hints if I'm going right or is doing wrong. If I'm expecting price to go up and price keeps going down, it's clear that I was wrong. So you start saying, okay, price, if you break this area, I will close half. If you break this area, I will close another half of the half. So that if you hit my stop, it's okay. I was already prepared, and I have been closing my partial so that you will not eat my whole stop. But that's something that you will understand when, I mean, new traders at the beginning, they don't understand because they think that you tend to blame others for what is your fault. But actually, you open the trade, you are responsible of your money, and you don't want to lose it. So do something, put rules to the price. And after years, you realize that price is the only one that you have to blame. Price will go up, will go down. But I can put your rules. If you don't do what I'm expecting you to do, if I'm trading a wave 3 of 3, it has to shoot up very fast. If it doesn't, if it's still back in my price, I can even close the trade because you are not doing what I wanted you to do. If I'm right, you are in wave 3 of 3. You have to shoot up fast. If you don't do it, then I'm wrong. Close it and wait for the development. That's something that also solve that frustration of the excess or the lack of confidence. Not blame anyone, but blame yourself for not taking the conscious of being conscious of what's going on. It's not the fault of anyone. It's yours if you don't take action.
Okay, that is so good, Kuya. Okay, guys, so hear that, You have to take note of that, no? When you burn your account, you don't want to blame your broker. You don't want to blame your mentor even because you are the one who take the trade. So be responsible with every trade you take. Okay? That's
That
why
comes very, very. Sorry, Kuya. That comes very in hand with what you were saying before of the time frame. People wants to be scalpers because they think that scalpers make more money, and they try to trade 15-minute chart. If you are trading 15-minute chart and you open a trade, you have to be on the charts. You cannot just go have lunch, go to the cinema, come back and wait and see, oh my God, it didn't do what I wanted. No, if you are trading 15-minute chart, you have to check every 15-minute candle. So until you close the trade, I will not feel safe if I leave my I don't know, if I go to a mall and I leave my baby on the door of the mall and I go shopping and I leave the baby there and I was expecting that nothing happened when I'm out. So when you close your chart, doesn't mean that your trade is over. It means that uh, you are irresponsible to your money because your money is there and is your like your baby. Your money is in the market. You have to be there. If you want to trade 55-minute chart, 50-minute chart, you have to be
there.
there until you close it to take the right decision. Because before price going to your side or going to the other side, it will show you something, and it will most of the time will tell you if you were right or wrong before hitting the profit or stops. So it's just managing the trade, not only open the trade. That's analyst job. Open the trade because the trade arrived here or there. But once your money is in the market, that's the moment that the trader appears and the analysts go to sleep. The analyst already did their job, and now you have to do yours. That is managing your trade. You cannot. That's why scalping is just for people who have a lot of time, have a lot
Time.
of knowledge, and are ready for being on the charts for hours and hours and hours until price. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. That's why I'm swing trader and I'm not a scalper.
Yeah. And I remember someone asked me, when are you scalping? Because I do scalping, but most of the time I do it every Friday because that is my most free time. Because
Mhm,
my son does not have class every Friday, so there's
mhm.
nothing running around the house distracting him. So
Yeah.
sit in front. But I seldom do it. So most of the time I do swing trading, especially with the investor account I have right now. So yeah, I think that's a good point, Kuya. No, know your time frame. No, know your time frame. So I
Yeah.
think that
So.
involves your time availability, right? If you don't have time to sit in front of your monitor, then go higher time frame. That's like 4 hour or daily time frame. Then if you have time, then go down to lower time
Mhm,
frame. That's cool. Thank you, Kuya, for that. Ayan. So we are almost finished. But, Kuya, if you have anything to say to newbie who are watching our video, what would it be? Ano ba yung advice? What advice you can give them based on your
mhm,
experience for them to at least to how do I to lessen the curve or to lessen the curve for them to become a profitable trader in the future.
mhm.
Lessen the curve.
Any advice that, well, first of all, I think that the very first advice is don't watch to magic strategies, don't watch to
Mm.
robots. Robots don't work. Be sure that don't work. Don't waste your time with robots, with magic strategies that will with super profit. Don't trust anything in the internet because, well, many of us have been offered like to put a demo account and put the label of real by brokers just to offer us like show a nice life, a nice account with a lot of zeros, a lot of profit, but it's fake. It's fake. That's not the reality. The reality is that trading is very hard. So my early advice is take your time, take it seriously. If you wanna start this as a job, take it as a job. This is a job where you don't have an interview, that you can do it in pajamas. You don't need to wear there's not attire that you need to wear, and you
Yeah.
don't have interview. You don't need studies. You don't need to show that you have been in college. So there should be something. It's doesn't sound like fishy that you don't have to do anything to become a trader. Well, actually, there's something that you have to do. That is your own formation, because that's like another job. You need to have the formation. You have to educate yourself and take it seriously. If you want to get a profit as a job, you need to take it as a job. Doesn't mean that you have to be 8 hours studying, but you have to take, and you need to have patience with what you are doing. And you need to be devoted to what you're doing, and you need to love trading, because if you are doing it just 50% of your power, you will the curve will be much slower than if you put the passion on it. Um, well, educate yourself, study, and never think that you know everything. Keep studying, because markets are something that keep changing, and what works today is in YouTube. I mean, whenever something is that generalized in YouTube, directly it doesn't work. So go the extra mile and do your own research. And it's something you are learning. I mean, I always tell to my students, why are you only sending me one exercise? If I'm asking you to look for this pattern and you look for that pattern, things that you found it and you just send it and you want to, and my homework is done. Go the extra mile. Send me 5 exercises so that I will know that you want to go further and work. And well, that's why sometimes when someone is taking our course, for example, and it's not the proper time, and they thought at the beginning that it is. After that, in the next edition, they join again for free, just to take the course again and again and again. I don't care how many times you have to take it, because that means that you still want to. But the problem is when you are studying and you are losing your
Yeah.
hope, or losing your no. You have to keep working from day one until the end of the course. You have to work. You have to keep working. And if you need to retake it, you can retake it. But you will feel much more confident, and it will change completely your view to be well educated and knowing what works for you. Find your own strategy and build your own strategy that works for you in your time frame with your money management. That's something that no mentor, no teacher can show you. That's something that it goes inside you, but someone can guide you so that you will learn fast which is your money management, the best thing that you can do. What's your trade size? Which is your time frame? We can guide you guys in that, but
Yeah.
that's something that is personal. If you skip it and you suddenly start trading 15-minute chart because you want to experience the adrenaline rush, the adrenaline doesn't work in trading. Trading has to be calm, and you have to be very clear. You have to be very clear. Your mind has to be very clear what you want and what are gonna do to achieve it. And always the answer is work, work, and look for help if you need it. But educate yourself with something that is working for you. Doesn't mean that work for everyone, but well, here you have Emil as well. That is a good mentor in that sense, that makes you realize what are the market conditions, and then what is he gonna do, or what is he planning to do, very clear, and that's how we can. Well, that's a difference in trading. I know my lot size, I know my take profit, I know my stop, I know that if I open the trade, I have to check it every X hours. So I know everything. Now I trade it with the confidence of knowing that where price may go. If it doesn't, I will do something about it. But it's just you will keep progressing as long as you keep the passion for trading and working hard every day for your goals.
Nice, nice. Nice words, Kuya. So, okay. So, palakpakan naman natin si Kuya. Ayan. Oh, effect seal.
There you go.
Right. So,
Thank
yeah.
you,
So,
Kuya.
Kuya will share some charts to us, maybe 3 to 4 charts, just to give you idea on how Kuya Chus trades. And then, yeah, guys, Kuya Chus have a uh, course. When was it will start? When will it start, Kuya? The 88
Jan-
course, the next batch.
Yeah, the next edition starts in January. It always starts in January and July. It's twice a year, 6 months course, non-stop between one and the other course. You are giving the certificates to one, and you are saying hello to the other one. But yeah, it's 6 hours. I mean 6 months, and it's a complete course teaching well from the very beginning of the use of MT4
Yeah.
until the mindset, that is the very last unit that we work with, the mindset of to be a profitable trader, the mindset of having after working for 5 months and a half, the last week is just the mindset, and it takes only one lesson, but is the cherry on top of the course, just to realize of different things that work for me, and now I will build my strategy. And well, yeah, it's a 6 months course. We start every July and every January, so the next batch will start in January. Hope to have many Filipinos there because
Yeah.
some works very hard. We have one this year, Kuya Morris, who is working so hard. The same example is an example of life changing. He moved. He's a seaman, and he moved to land again back to home with his family. So he's working so hard because he wants to keep trading profitably instead of having to go for, I don't know, for weeks or maybe for months. I haven't talked with him about it. But well, going back to your family, having a purpose in life that is to keep your family together, that's super nice, super beautiful, but it will not work if you don't have work hard. And that's what he's doing. He's working so hard.
Yes, exactly. Nice,
Mm.
nice. So, well, actually, the course of Kuya Chus is newbie friendly. Yeah, I've seen it myself because I take it before Kuya Chus even offer it to to anybody else. The one who first experience. So we know exactly the value of it, and guys, it's really worth it. You will learn a lot from it. I will learn a lot from it. I think I will not become I will not reach this. I think I'm not saying that I'm great trader, but at least I'm seeing result. But I got it from taking Kuya's course, no? And you are so blessed because right now it's available for everyone, no? Yeah, so every January it will start. So maybe I will drop down the link of that course. Can they start
Sure.
enrolling now, Kuya, already to
Yeah,
slots?
we will open, but we will open. I think December 1. We will open for the first 20 days of December, like a pre-enrollment that comes with 20% discount. So yeah, I will not open it yet. You can already register in the website if you want. I can show it in few seconds. And once you are enrolled, I will message the person who is interested. And but I advise those who want to take it to enroll in the period between December 1st to December 20, because we always open for early birds like 20% discount, and well,
Oh,
20% is still money. So it
maybe
will it will be.
I will update the people who are watching in our YouTube channel about this, and I will
No, thank you.
say, drop down the links in the description below and comment section so they will have access. And by the way, we have a group. So it was actually Kuya Chus is the founder, Pinoy Forex Club, FB group. So if you want to join, so I encourage you guys, if you are newbie and you want a community, so we are inviting you. Kuya, can you invite them to join our FB group?
Yeah, of course, and it's a place very clean. Me together with Emil and Kuya Marvin, for example, we approve or reject one by one of the requests, all the messages there. So be sure that nobody will scam you there in the community. If someone contacts you from the community, just let us know and we will. But normally the filter that we have is too strict. They have to answer some questions. Then, well, I go normal to the profile to check that it's not fake, and it's how we do it. So any doubt that you have about trading, be sure that someone will answer you there.
Mm.
Either me, Kuya Emil, or anyone there in the community, because we are all there to help. Any doubt that you have regarding anything, scams, brokers, spreads, anything that strategies, even robots. I will repeat the same with the robots again. So everything that you want to ask, feel free always to ask there in the community. It's very clean, and people are just wanting to help each other. We are not making money out of it. So yeah, it's
Exactly.
in the beginning, the goal, I think that is still in the logo, is help traders become profitable. It's not other things. We don't want to sell anything. We don't want to do any promotion there.
Yes, exactly. That's correct. Okay, thank you, Kuya. So now, Kuya, can you share at least some chart? So
Yeah, sure.
idea. How do I do it? I will make you host, right?
Yeah, I
Right?
think so.
You the
Yeah.
host, make co-host. Yeah. Is it okay now or not yet?
Let me try. Yeah, I can. Thank you.
Okay. Okay,
Here it
guys.
is. Okay, atacourse.com. This is the website. Just for a second,
Go ahead.
someone is interested. Here, there's in the student zone. Well, if I log out, if if I log out, I will show. Well, yeah. Here you can register. Once you register, you will see here in the login. You will see the student zone, and sorry, it will be the student zone, and there in the student zone you will be able to enroll. So not yet, but if you want to, once you have your profile, I will once you register, I will message you, and I will tell you about it. But basically, if we wait until December, last week probably of November and December, you will have that 20% discount. Also, I can share with Kuya Emil for you to have the description of the course, but you can check it here in the website. Okay, it's not here in here. You have the information about the course itself, and our little presentation. You can see some opinions there of the students, and that's okay. About the charts. First chart that I think that is super important that I want to share is the dollar index, because it will tell us when the king dollar will be back. So we keep buying dollars since we were at this point, and I was advising in June, the beginning of summer, to keep buying dollar pairs because we saw something. This is weekly time frame, and when I place extension here, I have what we call a mother wave. Mother wave is a wave that corrected around 70 to 88%. This case corrected 80%. And then it went back. When that happens, many or most of the time, price has to go to the 50% of this movement. I mean, 50% of this first movement that will be here around 96, 50 something. Okay, so once the price did another model wave in daily time frame, let me put it daily for a second. Once we had this model wave also in daily time frame, that was the moment that we say, okay, we started buying here, but then we close, and now we're buying dollar again. For this time, we have been buying dollar. I mean, for the whole summer, we have been buying dollars, and we have been profiting so much. The only doubt that we will have is if we can touch this 100 or not. So at the moment, we are expecting for this coming week, or this coming, for this coming week, any retracement is a push still to the same area. We have other, as I was saying before, we have other tools. We have also the yearly pivot here that hasn't been touched. That is a magnet for price. We have something that we call a structural wall, that is an extension of the first impulse wave coming down, plus the extension of the first model wave coming up, and has the 127 level exactly at this 94.90, around 94.90. So this is a magnet for price, and we know also by the cycle that we are in A, B, and C. We have to arrive here. Even if we want to break lower, we need first to arrive here. So chances. This chart is super important because it's the chart of the dollar, the most correlated pair with dollar index due to the weight in the basket against it, because the dollar index is a basket of 7 currencies against the dollar. But one of them, the euro, it's almost 70% of the movement here inside. So the weight of the currencies is different. The most weighted one is the euro. So euro dollar moves almost the same in the opposite direction of this dollar index. So if the dollar index has still to go up, we don't know exactly from where. I have been in 4-hour chart, we have different points. We were expecting in this first week, we were expecting if we didn't touch the 100, we know that the sequence that price may do is 100, then go to this level 50, and then shoot up for the 161. We know that price has to go up there. And what we are knowing, what we are waiting for is how. Last week we touched the 127. Now the sequence changed. If we touch the 127, then our sequence is, since we already returned this primary pivot, it is 78. Now our sequence says that price may go down, maybe to this zone or maybe to that zone. Why this zone is important? Because of the pivots. Last week pivot
Mm-hmm.
was lying here and was never touched, was rejected. Apart from that, there's something that we love to see, that is equal lows. Equal lows is a great opportunity because everyone who is buying their stop is down here. So this is a lot of liquidity trapped here. And apart from that, also something that we studied in our course, this week here, this little week there, was never touched. So there are a lot of chances that this zone, yellow zone between this candle that didn't touch that high, and also with the assurance for last week pivots having been tested, make it very easy that we will have a correction this week. And after this week, once we touch this one, it's good to go, because the other possibility in our sequence is 127, that we touch it here. This is from this extension. 127, our best entry would be 23. But sincerely, I don't think that the dollar will correct this much. So my opinion is, once we touch this area and we capitalize the money that is trapped below it, price will go up. So for this weak dollar until we arrive to this level, and don't get too many trades against dollar, because when we arrive here, chances are that price will shoot up again for the direction that it has to take, that is 94.90, around this area, 94.90. So with that as our map, our real map, that is dollar weak for this week and dollar strong as soon as we break these lows. Until we arrive there, I can share some opportunities for selling the dollar. For example, here in daily, in pound dollar, we have opportunities also, because we think that price, with that movement of the dollar index up, this cable, this pound dollar should go down. So we are already positioned here in this point. I don't think that probably this week we are going to break it. This is daily time frame. But if we break it to connect all these points, I'm still seeing more movement down to these two levels, together with that movement in dollar index. I mean, using dollar index as your map is going to tell you if dollar is going to be strong or is going to be weak in the next. And until we arrive to that 94.90 level, dollar can appear anytime. I mean, I told you that I expected it would be a great opportunity to see it down there, where in this chart, it would be great to see dollar coming down to this area. But sincerely, if the trend is up and price has to arrive to that level, I will not be selling the dollar once we arrive to this area, or even better, if we arrive to this area, I will not be selling dollar anymore, because I know that dollar still has to go there. That's why I was saying before to Kuya Emil and to you, that having a higher time frame, the confirmation of higher time frame, is always a must, even if you are trading as I am doing in 4-hour chart. But it's a must to know what the weekly and the daily is telling you, because price will behave and will go exactly there. And well, this is one opportunity. We are waiting for any pullback in that chart, so that we can sell again if you are not selling. Well, in the Telegram channel, we have a Telegram channel that we also share in Facebook, so that we can explain further for some setups. If you have any doubt, or you have any trade that you want to consider it. Another one that is important for us is the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has a great opportunity coming if we are gonna do this leg, because that's being told by the dollar index. I have different things in here that are quite important. First of all, one of them that is very important is the unhit yearly pivot from 2021. 2021 started here, price was too far from it. It keeps ranging, and now it's heading to the yearly pivot. The yearly pivot is a magnet that should be touched, like for example last year. Look, like this last year, we broke it, we touch it again here, and then price shoot up for 1,000 pips. And now we are, for this year, price keeps trying to get close to it, and if we touch it, that will be another opportunities for buying this pair. I have been analyzing this pair in higher time frame, like I usually do in weekly, and there is this level where price has to go. It's 86, and now we are in 71. It's 1,500 pips from here. We are Elliott traders. This is one. This is a triangle for 2. 3 ended here. 4, and 5. What we are doing now is an A, B, and C to correct the whole movement. The whole movement has to correct at least 50 to 70%. So in the worst of the cases, well, that level, because this is also important. And this, again, this little red line there, it's a yearly pivot from 2015, which was missed, and it's attracting price as well. Price needs to go there, even if it wants to go down after, but it has to go there. And we are in weekly time frame. So we found the divergences that we always look for. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Where should we be buying this pair? That yearly pivots, I don't know if you can see it there, that yearly pivot that we said, this yearly pivot will be a perfect A, B for shooting up to that price. And this is, as I said, like 1,600 pips. Once the movement is confirmed, everything that we do in daily or for our chart has to be with this setup. Buying Aussie and selling dollar once we arrive to this point. So this makes sense with that last movement of a strong dollar, and from there just shoot up. Same with gold. Gold is still correcting a little bit, but we confirmed that this is wave 3 in gold, so we need to break it sooner or later. Well, that's one of my favorites. Also, another one of my favorites is the use Australian New Zealand. I don't know if I have it analyzed. Cannot see it now. I don't know if this one. Also, New Zealand has a very similar setup and has a very great opportunity for this year. I think this is weekly, right? Yeah, this is weekly. So once again, once we see the impulse, we get the first wave of the impulse here. Sorry, Kuya, I don't know if I'm delaying too much.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can continue, Kuya.
Yes, I will do a quick count. That is gonna tell us where does this Aussie New Zealand needs to go. I will try to put it perfect. So Aussie New Zealand again in weekly, we had 1, 2, 3, and 3 there, 4, and this can perfectly be 5 because it broke 3. Even if it was for a few pips, but it broke 3 already. So what's the next movement expected for this pair after having 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably 5 there? The next movement is, in our case, visit the 78, visit that area, but for sure breaking this because there's a must for price to break 4, which is this 4. So at least we need to arrive there. This is a movement or 1,100 pips from where we are. That's why we are already buying. And if we go to a lower time frame to analyze, I always go first weekly, then I want to analyze the last movement. That was after we had this wave 4, here, this wave 4, we have to analyze also what happened there. So another extension, I will put this one in red, for example, is just to explain why are we so confident with this chart. Once the extension, the second here. So once we touch the 100, we can still, I think that it put it wrong or no, right, that's the good one. So once we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1, this is 2, and this could be perfectly, once we touch the 100, I should have removed this one. Once we arrive to the 100, this can be perfectly 3. This is the last wave. So this last wave can be perfectly like this. 1, 2, 3, all these to be 4, and this is 5. Even if we arrive only to 127. What we are having now, we're having another wave once again, and we are planning that this has to shoot up very hard. That will help us a lot with other pairs. Anything that is related to Australian or to New Zealand, because Australia and New Zealand, they are both moving in the same direction most of the time. But if we are seeing that this may happen, this may shoot up very strongly for maybe years. We are already positioned in the market here. But if we are seeing this movement, very likely we can trade for the rest of the year against the New Zealand, favoring Australian dollar and against the New Zealand. So that implicates a lot of different different trades as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and we enter the market exactly there. If we enter the market, always, we don't enter the market just random. We enter the market at 70%, between 70 and 88%. It can still go lower, yeah, it can, but this is a wave 1 and 2, and we know that the next move should take price flying to this direction.
Right now. Or wave 3.
So yeah, and what we were seeing is that this has to be broken. This is 4. So if so, first movement A has to break that one in an ABC. Then we will have a consolidation, and then we should have C even arriving much higher. But this first movement, this A, B, C for A, because we have studied that the first thing that has to happen is to break 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to break this point first. So that's the opportunity that we have. Apart from that, we have also an assurance, a level in between. I have it analyzed somewhere, but I don't want to extend it too long. But we have analyzed, we have a level there that is a great level, that is a must for price to go. It's a must, because there's a divergence that we have studied it, and it pays most of the time, if not always, 90% of the time, it will pay. I will show you in a second how did we identify it, and I think that it will be helpful as well if someone is planning to do this. There's a level here at 1.6 something that is a must for price to arrive. I think it was in 1 hour chart. The lower the time frame, here it is. This is the level. Well, when we have our extension, we have our first extension. This is the last thing, because that's another confluence for me to be buying. So I have different confluence of things that will tell me if my trade is working or not. I will make it thicker so that I can also base it in. And when sometimes this is not found by me, sometimes it's the own students who are taking our course who see this. Wow, I saw this one. That's why the course takes 6 months, because it's good to leave the market show you things. So it's great to have a 6-month course. Doesn't mean that you have to keep working 8 hours a day for. It's just that you need to leave the market show you what you are studying. So we were studying this, and now we are studying divergences. And this is a beautiful divergence that happened in 1 hour. This is a beautiful divergence where price never came back there. I think I could adjust the levels a little bit more, but basically this point here is a price that needs to be retested again. Price never went there. Once we analyze it and we see this, what is our awesome divergence, price has to go back there. So now we are here, but I have the assurance, and we entered the market with 2 trades the other day, and my take profit 1 is up there because of that reason, because though something that we have been studying. So if we have studied, I think, yeah, I went to the market here, see where is my first take profit. It's exactly at this point, because I studied it. This is a divergence, this is a depth in the market that is like a, I don't know, like a glitch in a game. Once you find it, once you study it and you find it, you can trade it. You know that price has to go there. I don't mind if it goes down a little bit there, but price will pass by here and much higher. But this is my first take profit because I have partials here at a price that I know that will be visited again. Once we arrive there, okay, I will break even my other trade, and I will just be more safe. Let's say safe. If price goes against me, I already poked this money. But this money is something that we say our pips, because we study it and we know that 90 or 95% of the times it goes there. It needs to arrive to this area. Well, that's all. If you want to know more, also in the Telegram channel that is normally sharing on Facebook, because before we keep sharing a lot of charts and we keep explaining, but sometimes it's confusing. In Facebook, it's hard to share a lot of charts. So we have that Telegram channel for explaining a little bit further. And if someone has doubts, can message us in Facebook, and I can do further explanation or even record a video. But well, that give us like an idea of how we trade, how we analyze. We always use Elliott, and then from Elliott we use institutional levels, we use harmonic patterns, we use sequences within wave, and many things, also oscillator, many things that we use, but always based on Elliott, the Elliott mapping weekly or even monthly. So that's all. I think that we have Aussie dollar, pound dollar. Careful for
Yeah.
selling the dollar too early. The dollar will be back. Dollar will be back in probably next week or not in 4 weeks, but it will be back. No doubt of it. Until we arrive to that, and always keep the dollar index always on point because it's the thermometer of the dollar, and the dollar is the king. Don't forget that the dollar is the king. Until we arrive to that level, at least the dollar will be the king. Thank you, Kuya.
Thank you,
Sorry, I
Kuya.
extended it too
Give
much.
Kuya a round of applause. Palakpakan muna natin si Kuya.
Salamat, salamat.
Okay, thank you, Kuya. So, yeah. So, thank you, Kuya, for this time, for your time. And yeah, this is it, guys. So, for those who are interested, so I will update you about the ATA course, which will start on January next year. But for
Mhm.
now, if you want to join the our Facebook group, so actually we have two, the Pilipinas Trading and as well as the Pinoy Forex Club. So both of these FB group are clean, so you can check it out. I will leave the link in the description below. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. So God bless, Kuya Chus. Thank you for your time.
God
So
bless you and thank you. Salamat for this opportunity.
please regards to your wife and take care.
Yeah. But,
How about
thank
Bruno
you.
and Bruno as
Yeah,
well?
he's here outside. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kuya. Thank you,
Bye,
Kuya.
Emin. Thank you, Kuya.
God bless. Yeah,
Thank you.
God bless. Thanks, Kuya.